meters. Johnson is the reigning world champ at that distance, 1,500 meters, running, excuse me, the reigning U.S. champ, I should say, ran 4:01 for 6th place at the last World Championships. Again, here she is in the 3,000, taking out that waterfall group to the outside. Plenty of other competitors in the mix for this race, though, that we will keep our eye on as things get rolling. 15 laps around the track. It's just under 2 miles. Johnson opened her indoor season at the podium over on the West Coast, running 4:08.34 for 1,500 meters for the win. She ran for Bowerman Track Club from 2019 to 2021 before leaving ahead of last season to train with Pete Julian's team and Union Athletics Club, and they've kind of burst onto the scene with a lot of strong performances as the U.S. turns over its distance ranks and prepares for the next World Championship and Olympic years, where in sort of that off season, which makes a meet like this fun with athletes chasing as fast at times as possible. A group of 3 already emerging in this race. It's Taylor Werner from Puma Elite setting the pace, Sarah Inglis from Puma in 2nd, and Johnson, who we've been talking about, in 3rd. Eleonora Kurtabi from West Texas A&M is in the middle of the 2 groups in 4th. Warner, who's leading this race, ran at Arkansas, graduating in 2019 there as a Razorback. She was a 7-time All-American. Another athlete who was listed in the mile entering today, but stepping up to 3,000 meters. She's run 4:32.9 across the mile distance. She ran a 15:24.29 5K at this meet last year, so not sure if this is part of pacing workout duties for Inglis, her Puma teammate, and Johnson behind, or if this is just setting the pace for a race. But Werner, a little on her in the front there in the early going of this 3K. All 3 athletes looking very comfortable through the early portions of this race. In 2nd, it's Sarah Inglis from Great Britain. She's a much accomplished athlete in her own right. Earlier this indoor season ran a 14:59.65 5K. Won this track at the Valentine Invitational. That was her first indoor meet of the season, so this a little step down, if you will. She's also accomplished over 10,000 meters, so touching the speed indoors as many do. Sarah Inglis from Puma Elite Running Team in 2nd. Werner with Inglis and Johnson behind. That's our top group as things have gotten strung out early in this race. Werner with the Scottish runner Inglis, I believe I said British earlier, my apologies. Scottish runner Sarah Inglis in 2nd, and Sinclaire Johnson in a comfortable 3rd. Johnson, just 24 years old, much accomplished runner at Oklahoma State, originally from Adamante Springs, Florida. Has run 3:58.85 for 1,500 meters, her specialty. Has a 9:10:53 3K PR to her name a couple years ago in Seattle. Those are the three through 1,800 meters as Warner takes a peek back. Now getting maybe a step and a half, just a step with Inglis. Johnson still comfortable in third. As these races sometimes go, especially indoors where there's just a few standouts from the field, it's often pretty methodical through the beginning and middle of the races. But then it becomes a question of who makes the big move, who steps up. And now the racing sort of begins as Warner steps to the outside at 2,000 meters into the race, leaving Inglis in first and Johnson in second. It's always interesting to see how the paces adjust once the pacer steps off. It looks like they're staying pretty close to where they've been through the beginning portions of this race. But it's almost sort of time trial mode as you try to click off the beginning laps of the race, and then at some point it clicks to racing. Just as the fatigue sets into your legs and it gets tough, you have to push that extra bit. Inglis and Johnson, 1 and 2, they've been in this order from the gun. The facility record is an 8:25.7, run by Carissa Schweizer of the Nike Bowerman Track Club in 2020. Would need to step on it a little bit to be in that territory, but we will see as Johnson makes her first move, taking the lead from Inglis right at the start-finish line. Inglis attaches, though. That's a key move. You know, once your competitor steps on it, can you respond and match the move? And then maybe when they lose juice, you're there to make something happen at the end. That's the challenge for Inglis, who doesn't look quite as comfortable as Johnson does. Not to say she's uncomfortable, but Johnson continues to just hum along, looking very, very smooth, and now opening the lead a bit. So Inglis battled for that lap, couldn't quite hang on, and now it's Johnson's race. As they move around traffic, these are lapping competitors. One is Johnson in the blue, and Inglis now is about 10 to 15 meters back on the straightaway in the gray kit. Sinclaire Johnson, she'll have a big 3,000 indoor PR to say the least. Has looked so comfortable and smooth moving through this 15-lap race. Johnson with so much daylight behind. She won't get Schweitzer's time, but it looks like there might be even more in there in a different race with maybe a few competitors latching to her. Warner set it up. Inglis was in the picture for a moment, but it is Sinclaire Johnson's race as she comes to the line. 8:37 high. Inglis coming up in second in the neon and gray kit. She'll also get under 9 minutes. (8:46.89) the official time for Inglis. Ellie Shea, emerging elite, in third, just over 9 minutes. For Sarah Inglis, that's also a major indoor 3,000 PR, running 8:46 today. She came into the meet having run 9:04.7 at the Seattle track. Her fastest on the 200 is 9:21.03 back in 2015, so it's been a bit, but a new personal best to put up there for Sarah Inglis in second. There's the rest of the field as we wrap up the first section of the women's 3K.